classroom also. I got a question from the classmates about how to flatten it. You know, sometimes the painting paper is it comes with the faults because in the manufacturer they fold the paper. Sometimes the moisture due to the climate in Asia, when they shipped here, it got squeezed, and when they dry, it become kind of crisp. When I paint, I simply ignore it. It just creates some more interesting texture sometimes. So we will show you how to flatten it today. Okay. The first thing is you need to decide on which kind of backing material you want. Or you can use drawing paper, which is about 80 pounds. This is just this is a very cheap kind of drawing paper. You can use more cotton or like acavo ones. I sometimes just mount on mixed media paper. It comes in loose sheets or maybe a pad or rolls. I use it as a backing. It's just this is one of my study book or notebook. I studied with a different instructor on Western watercolor master study class, and I used different watercolor media and canvas to paint. This is a silk canvas, paper silk canvas. This is also, you probably have seen this in my video channel on YouTube. If needed, I will show you how to mount it before painting. But these are, this is what I did before painting. So you can mount either rice paper or silk on a piece of firm support before you paint. Paint it. But you can also do it afterwards. So let's just take it out as a backing paper. Obviously, you don't want to iron on this book. So this is our backing. I can also show you how to use the drawing paper like this. And so this is the backing material. And we also need this silicone adhesive film. It's a heat activated adhesive. I use it as if like a traditional paste or glue in wet mounting. This is dry mounting, so there's no risk, or it's much less time consuming than the traditional wet mounting method. So we use this glue, and then you need the cutting board like this, the green one, and then I use a ruler, and I recommend rotary cutter. They come in different size. It's all fine. If you don't have, you can use utility knife or just this kind of stationary knife. But you don't want to use too sharp tools like the X-Acto tool. It might not, you don't need that kind of precision. If you just need a straight cut, the kind of paper cutter will not work with this silicone film because it's very sticky, kind of stretching. It will not be easy to cut with a paper cutter. So that's the cutting tools. You need a heat source. We don't have the press machine as the professional mounting shop or framing shop uses. It works with the silicone adhesive heat activated adhesive film, and you will use a piece of cloth. You can use cotton sheeting, or I use denim, 4 layers for padding. So you don't want to iron on the, just like your iron board. You know, I use this ping pong table as surface. You can use any table. Okay, so the first thing is to cut the adhesive film to the size of the painting. It's slightly smaller, which is fine, I think. We can trim off a little bit the painting. So it's let me just measure it. 9 by 6, 9 by 6.5. Okay, so we just cut it. You can put it facing down for a little easier handling, but it's also okay the other way. It's 6.5 like that, and I use the rotary cutter just like that. And we need another piece about the same size. Sometimes I just use the artwork itself instead of the ruler. You don't have to be 100% accurate. It could be exactly the same or a little bit smaller, a little bit larger could also work. But you will see why I prefer smaller or exact, because it will stick on the iron. And we will have to use a piece of a covering sheet, dust protecting sheet. It comes actually with the silicone. We call it the release paper. You can use that, but you can also use a piece of parchment paper, which is used for bakery as a protecting paper for ironing. So that's all we have. The cutting board is just used for this process. Let me move this so we're ready to show you how to mount it. Okay, so put this back on. 4 layers of denim cloth. Okay, the first thing first is to put the silicone film on the backing surface. Okay, so we just put this on. We need just use a paper weight or something. Maybe plug in the power. Okay, the iron is set to silk or synthetic. Synthetic is the lowest, so we just do synthetic, whichever is the lowest. All right. You will warm up. It will take a few seconds. And you can start working actually even before it gets hot enough. It gives you a little more time. Just work slowly. You see the film is activated. Of course, the silicone side is facing down. The slick side or the smooth side of the paper, if it comes in the grainy side or matte side or glossy side, use the glossy side. And let it cool down while I'm doing the second one. Okay, the second one. Just put it in the middle of this. It could be a little bit bigger. It will give you some extra margin. You can cut it off or just leave it on. It's easier to handle when you frame to use the extra margin. Some people just use the extra margin as matte. That's up to you. So this is the first step. The second step is to put the artwork onto the backing paper. If the painting is crinkled or with heavy wrinkles or creases, you can iron this first with low temperature to flatten it. With a little moisture, sometimes it will relax it. Or since it's small, you don't have to do that. You can. It depends on the condition. Yeah, so you don't need to. I just released this paper that comes with the silicone, and remember the side that was facing the silicone, which is more glossy. It's less sticking, less likely to stick. The other side is not anti-sticking, so just remember this side facing down, just how it comes. And put this painting facing up. You don't want to, because it's very confusing sometimes. You can tell from the signature, maybe which side, because the ink bleeds through on unsized paper like this. So you need to be careful not to put it upside down. Once you do that, it will be difficult to save. So just put that on, and you can use this as a protecting piece on top of the painting. Just make sure your iron is dirt-free. You can use a clean paper towel to clean it. Okay, then you start from the middle of the painting, press firmly in the middle, and you can do a little circular motion and to activate that center area. Then you go to the margin and all the four corners from the center out. You don't want to seal the margin first. You want to do the center first, so you don't get any air trapped in the middle. So that's all. If there are wrinkles, you can spray a little bit water and then iron again to remove it. In most cases, that will smooth the minor wrinkles. Don't lift the iron. Just don't do this. Just to keep it on the table, and just change directions, horizontal, vertical, or you can go diagonals, like that. About 1 minute, okay. And I have this silicone. It's slightly smaller, so you can see an extra margin. Because I know the painting is not perfectly square, so we'll either trim it off later or hide it with a mat if we need to frame it. So that's how it's done. If you see any, like if there's minor wrinkles, goes horizontally. If you look at that, you can see that. Okay, this is how to deal with that. Have a spray bottle. Okay, I use a spray bottle, multi-spray bottle, and hold it vertically outside the table. Don't spray it on the table. This is very crucial. If you spray the working area here, it will make it more wrinkles because the steam will make the backing paper swap. So I spray a little more, spray a little moisture in the to the area where the wrinkle are. Or you can spread overall, so you can see some big drops. That's not very ideal, but that's why you need to make sure the distance, not too close or not too. Just don't. A good sprayer should have finer mist. Yeah, so that's. But it's okay. Just have some moisture on it. Don't have to be a lot. Just a little. Just like how much you will use when you iron a shirt. Okay. Let me use. I forgot which side is which, but it's okay because the silicone film is not exposed because it's smaller. So I just put it back on like that. If the wrinkle goes horizontal like this, you stroke this way vertically to stretch it like that, like that. And you can increase a little bit moisture maybe to the silk, which is the next level, just to make the moisture evaporate quicker. Because if you have lower temperature iron, when it's wet, it takes a long time to dry it. But don't go much far than silk. Okay, now it's perfectly wrinkle-free. You can see this area used to have some minor wrinkles, but it's not perfectly flat. Right? So this loose sheet is I leave it on purpose so people can see the original material. Sometimes you can have a torn edge, and to frame it in a style called floating, it would be nice just to rub it, like with water to make it decorative. This is the painting practice number 2 I did in the class. Actually, there's another one I worked during the class exercise. I used a little dishwasher or hand washer to lighten this area. It was too dark, so to make a distinction between each fruit. Anyway, so we got more wrinkles. Looks like not even, right? You can spray a little water, but let me just do it without water first. Since it's small, you don't worry too much. Most large painting may have more chance to get wrinkles because the coverage of the iron. So put this back on. Don't forget to put this back on. This protecting sheet back on. In this case, it might be a little. It's okay. If you have exposure of the film, you better have a larger protecting sheet, like you can use a parchment paper to protect it. Okay, here. Also, because this white area is kind of vulnerable to get dirt from the iron, so you better cover the whole thing with this parchment paper. And just iron like that, diagonally. And parchment paper is nice, so you can actually see through the translucency the painting, the status of the painting. Okay. Just keep iron. Here go a little circular motion. I think for small painting, circular motion is easier to avoid vertical or horizontal wrinkles. It's like this. Yeah. Okay. And you can take a peek before you commit everything. I think it's already done. Without any trouble, any wrinkle at all. See, that's how perfect. this area is a little larger than the film because I got a little more exposed. If I had better alignment, I could avoid a little. So just be more careful, like you can measure everything more exact. For this demo purpose, I just want to show you the basic process. If something happens, how do you deal with? So if you want to fix that edge, this loose edge, you can put an extra piece of silicone there, and then iron it on top, and then release the paper and iron it again to fix that. But for me, I think it's not a problem. So I just leave it, and people can see, what's the original material is through this little loose edge, extra edge there. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video is helpful. We carry all the materials we used in this demo. You can buy professional Ivo quality backing paper. It comes in larger size in a roll. You can mount a scroll on it, and for this kind of size, it's not easy, not first to use watercolor paper or other expensive paper. You can buy this kind of backing paper. I will maybe make another video showing the larger pieces, but for this, for my classmate in the drawing class, ink painting class, I'll stop here. I hope this answers your question. Thank you for watching. See you in class.